Jay got with it, YouTube. How y'all doing, man? We got a quick podcast going on. Y'all, it's a lot been going on. I just want y'all to stay encouraged, keep doing y'all thing. Make sure you being great. Make sure you out doing something productive. Make sure you getting outside, getting that sunlight. Make sure you stand in tune with yourself, your inner self, with the being, and with everybody else, Who cares if there's crazy people, Shoot, I'm crazy, you know what I'm saying? I really am. If someone was to do something to offend me and I ain't like it personally, I'ma go out my way and make sure I seek revenge on getting my get back. So I'm crazy. That's just what it is. I'm gonna be honest with you. I can give you a scenario after not too many scenarios. But bottom line is I'm crazy. I am crazy to the fullest. Spanish, loco, whatever language you want to call it, I'm that one. You feel me? I'm that one. I ain't saying test your luck. I ain't saying come try me. I ain't saying put the money where the mouth is. I ain't saying where the boot if it fit. I ain't saying none of that. I just want you to know that I personally feel like I'm crazy. There's a lot of stuff going on, not just in the world, but in my mind, There's a lot of stuff that I don't want to deal with, but I do have to deal with. And it's taking an effect on what I want to get done, right? Like it's prolonging what I want to get done because here it is, this stuff right here. I don't want to deal with it. But because I have to deal with it, the stuff that I do want to deal with is going after the things that I don't want to deal with, right? So with that being said, understand that I am a crazy individual, and I'm just gonna let you know that real talk. If they ain't got no brand name for it, then I might be that one to put it on the t-shirt. Crazy, you feel me? Because I really am, you understand me? It ain't nothing about somebody messing with my family or you taking some money from me, getting backstabbed in the back. Just understand that I'm crazy, you feel me? No cap. Whatever that term even mean at this point, understand that I'm that, you feel me? Open the encyclopedia. We ain't talking about the dictionary, the encyclopedia, whatever it say, you feel me? Put Joseph Baldridge, my name, put it to it, because that's me, 100%, you feel me? And that's just facts. So, with the stuff going on, COVID, you know what I'm saying? 2012, the world's supposed to be ending. The Carmelo Anthony case. First off, Carmelo Anthony's supposed to be a whole NBA player, ex-NBA player, whatever. Carmelo Anthony's supposed to be an NBA player, okay? Maybe Carmelo got a C in his name and this one, no, he got a K in his name. Whatever the case may be, Carmelo Anthony is supposed to be a basketball player. So why is it that we got a Carmelo Anthony that is facing, well, he already faced the charge. He got a charge doing his time. They sent him to the TDC, not the pen, not the feds. They sent him to... How do you not go to the feds for killing somebody? I just want to know that. Like, self-defense or not self-defense, if you took somebody's life, what I'm saying, with the weapon, first and foremost, it's different if you got your hands, okay? But with the weapon, and you don't get sent to the feds, and then on top of that, he allegedly, like this was in the news, he went and got housed to where he was initially supposed to be going to, which is TDCJ, Texas Department of Criminal Justice. Understand that I've been sat down before. Like, I was in the county and I had a 7-month sentence. I signed for 7 months, and so I waited in the county, right, in the city jail. I waited in that county for 3.5 months, about 3.5 months. I signed for 7 months. Why am I waiting for chain, which is what they call it, where you get picked up and transported to the facility that you have signed your time for you to serve that time at? Why am I waiting to be transported to that facility when I've already signed my time? So again, I've waited personally 3.5 months when I had already signed for my time, okay? So I had 7 months, and I had went to court with like a month and a week being incarcerated. So that was what they call back time. Time I had already spent in the jail is what I got credited upon my signed appeal, right, which was 7 months. So at 7 months, me having that back time of 1 month and a week turned into 5 months and 3 weeks, right, to make 7 months. Okay, so for 3.5 of those months, you know what I'm saying, 3 months or 3.5 months, I waited in a county jail when I was to go and serve 7 months at a state jail. You know, I ain't gonna get into the topic of state jail because it's prison. That's the topic, right? State jail is prison. There's prisoners at state jail. It's TDCJ. TDCJ is prison. It's not state jail. Like, yes, state jail offenders go there, which is 6 months minimum to 2 years maximum. But understand that facility, TDCJ, is prison, okay? So, you know, I don't understand how Carmelo Anthony went so quick. Like, this dude went, I don't know, like, I'm not for sure, like, how, you know, how long he was on trial for, things like that. Bottom line is, this dude had to have been in, like, jail for, like, a week, 2 weeks, you know what I'm saying? I can't even speak on this. I'm not going to speak on it. To me, it just seems like he went to TDCJ well before anybody else, you know. Some people do, and I might, you know, knowing I don't know, but I would say know of, which I don't. They would just have to wait, you know what I'm saying? They're waiting for change, you know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, you can go up in the jail, the county jail, and ask any and everybody who know of it, and they're going to tell you, oh, you waiting 2 months, you know what I'm saying? Shoot, I done met a person who was waiting like a year, you know what I'm saying? A year and some change to catch chain, like a year, come on now, bro. So this dude being transferred within like 2 days, you know what I'm saying? His is crazy, you know? He young, but that don't make the case, you know. I think he's 19. It's just bottom line, you know. And so, I mean, there's other stuff too, right? There's other stuff too, but that one is just sincere for me because I'm very cautious about carrying a weapon, you know, because I don't want to kill nobody, you know, and I definitely don't want to see the blood when I go and kill somebody, you know. Like, I don't want that to happen. So I know if I got that weapon, that's what's going to happen. You don't want that to happen? Well, don't have the weapon, you know. It can still be done without the blood being seen and things like that. But know if you got that weapon, oh, you about to see some blood, you know. And that's my whole thing. It's not that I don't like blood, but it's just me having a weapon and killing somebody, them two, they don't mix with me, you know. So it's very rare. It's very rare that I would even have a weapon. Yes, I have weapons, but it's very rare for me to bring a gun to a gunfight or a knife to a knife fight. You know, because in the first place, why am I carrying a weapon to begin with? If I can't fight, then I need to not be putting myself in that predicament of where I can't fight. I need to tell people, hey, I don't want to fight you. I need to let people know that I can't fight, point blank, period. People that know you can't fight is not going to fight you. Logistically, they gonna leave your ass alone, okay? And they probably still leave you alone. You mess around and, like, hit them or something, they gonna leave you alone because they know you can't fight. They know they gonna feel bad at the end. Like, you told them you can't fight and stuff like that. They gonna feel bad all in the end. It's gonna be like, damn, I really just put my hands on this. Like, I really just put my hands on this film. I really just beat this person up. I really just demolished this person. I really just confiscated all their belongings, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, damn, like, I really did that. And I knew that was gonna happen. Like, I knew I was gonna be the big dog. I knew that was gonna be the little dog. Why did I even do that? So to avoid these situations, we tend to not put ourselves in those situations. And that's my whole thing with saying that it is important to keep up with what exactly is going on, you know. It's not even to say that you don't know what's going on, because if you don't know what's going on, then you in a whole different zone. I'm gonna just tell you like that, because you should be able to regurgitate your experience that you are having personally to another individual. Just point blank, period. You should be able to navigate to a different time space. You got your head down and you don't know how to come out of that. When you navigate and explain to the other person, you're gonna come out of having your head down, at least for the moment. I can't say for 2 days later on, 5 days down the road, but for the moment, if you get your point across, you gonna lift your head right up, because that person, 9 times out of 10, is gonna understand what you have regurgitated. Okay, so it's very important to stay up with the Kardashians, you know what I'm saying? You know, it's not even that it sucks. It's just like, wow, like, I should have expected this. I knew this was coming. Why didn't I follow my intellect? Why didn't I tell myself, you should have stayed with that, you know? Why did I do this? Why? And so, Jay got with it, people. We stand strong, y'all. We stand on that, you know. I make music because I like making music, you know. I feel like it's, when I get on the mic, you know, it's a person that I can talk to, you know, and it's like they're talking back to me as far as telling me like what went on their day, what they got from my song in a moment. Like it's just a whole total vibe, and it's not that I can't get it from another person outside of me recording music, but I do have a passion when it comes to recording music. Like I usually write down a lot of my songs. Like most of my songs I wrote down, you know. I've got freestyles on my channel. Like you can literally look and it'll say a song that's a freestyle. Like I got Money Site Freestyle on my channel. That's probably about the only one, you know. I actually got 2 that's recent, which is Getting Money, and the other one is Get Wicked. Both of those are freestyles as well. So, you know, I probably got about 4, I'm gonna say 5 freestyles out of my songs, you know. Videos, I have over 100 videos, you know, so that really says a lot about my character as far as with the music. Like I typically don't freestyle because I do have a message I want to get across. Now, I do feel like I'm getting more crafty with the scenarios and staying in the time frame of what is this about? You know, can they understand what I'm saying? Do I want to be more sneaky, you know, writing the lyrics, you know? Because a lot of times when I write, you know, I will be crossing out lines, or I'll erase a bar like, oh, that's messy, or oh, they ain't gonna get that, you know, or just contradicting myself, you know. And so it's like, when I say this, it ain't even gonna make sense to me. So that's how bad it is. It ain't got from me writing it down because it came from out my thought to me crossing it out, right? And so now it's like, do I even want to finish the song? Like, I shouldn't even finish the song, you know. So a lot of that stuff is here nor there. Like, I'm spending too much time thinking about what this person gonna say, how they gonna feel, how this group is gonna react, you know, because this is 2 people, this is 7 people, this is 1,000 people compared to the denominator, which is, I don't even know, you know. I know it's past 1 billion, you know. Not saying the people that's listening, the people that's coming across, the viewers, that denominator of the fraction is more than 1 billion, you know. So you want $1 billion or you want $1,000, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm looking at. So that's, you know, that's dope. That's really good. Real talk, it's a little hot. I need to get in the shower. That's why I'm over here just like trying to not itch, you know. I got a lot of bites on me, you know. Ant bites, mosquito bites, fleas probably just bites, you know what I'm saying? I be outside a lot, like I'm a landscaper. So I work with grass and trees and outside nature, you know. So it be a lot of bugs and stuff. Like I wouldn't be surprised if I get bit by an animal, you know what I'm saying? A little tiny animal. I wouldn't be surprised if that happened, you know what I'm saying? Like a lizard or something, a gecko. Something like that, I'm telling you though, because I be outside like tremendously, and most of the time I don't be paying attention to what I'm coming across. Like it be so much little time I have to get a job done, and so I'm focusing on the tedious aspects, or more so of having it look dominant, you know, like, yeah, I can see they spent more time right here than they did right there. They didn't even need to spend that much time right there, you know. And that is why I do not have like a posture as far as, yeah, that is what happened, you feel me? But we got them sides, man. I don't want to push this off on you. Like, you need to start this. You need to get up right now. Drop everything you're doing. Quit. Do this instead. I seem like we just have more to talk about, you know. Being in the same category, that bracket, entrepreneur. I'm telling you, owning your own business. You want to have an LLC. That way, you can boot the law enforcement out your way. When they tell you you're not in the fundamentals of legally operating, and you pull out that paperwork like, yo, I'm registered with the city, boom, fudge out my face, you feel me? Or write me a ticket, you know what I'm saying? You're not taking me to jail, you know, because you got that paperwork, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I lack so much information on it. I'm at the basics of it, where my foot is in the door, you know. Like, I'm actually getting greeted and stuff. It ain't no, oh, turn around, you know. No questions, no comments. We not talking to you. Look the other way, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I'm getting acknowledgments. I'm getting informalized. I'm getting involved. And so that paperwork is just gonna put that stamp right there. Like, you gotta wager, you know. You gotta keep wagering your situation, you know. A lot of people gonna say you not professional. They gonna say you ain't reliable. Hopefully not that one, but professional happens to be the topic, you know. Wearing semi-formal things, like, you gotta understand, if you can work in a semi-formal attire, then that's incredible, you know. You working in some khakis and a button-up shirt, yeah, you know, yeah, there's hard work or light work. It's a nice look, you know. Very professional, right? But for me, professional is not the result, you know. I'm working with dirt, you know. My clothes getting dirty, they getting stains on them. I don't have time to be putting on formal attire to show up to a job that I know I'm gonna have to go buy another outfit. You know, it's just like, heck nah. So when it comes to people saying professional, like, it's out the door for me, because I understand that side. Like, yeah, showing up with a suit and tie, you know what I'm saying? You always gonna get that correlation, because it's like, I can respect you for dressing up this way. You know, you can have a bad body odor and still put on that designer wear, you know, and get some kudos. Like, yeah, you know, very, very nice looking. Presentation is everything. We don't care about your body odor. But truth be told, I can't say they lying. I'ma just say I don't know them, you know. Me, like I said, that ain't in my inventory. I got formal stuff, but shoot, if I ain't going to church, I don't know, whatever. I don't even wear that type of stuff. So it's just like, dang, like, do I really need to step into this, you know? No, not at all. It's not a pet peeve for me. It's just something that I'm not interested in. And so fortunately, cotton, wear, polyester, shoes, silk, like whatever, you know, whatever that material be, I'm rocking it, you know. Denim, it ain't for me, you know. It ain't for me. And some nice denim, you know. Jeans, like, you gonna be formal in that mug as well, shoot. Belts, it just ain't for me. So Jay got with it, y'all. Just remember to stop thinking so much about them thoughts, you know. Shoot, go above and beyond always and be spectacular, you know. Know that you're not the only one going above and beyond. So if you do get paralyzed on a situation where you felt like you are overwhelmed and you ain't been getting no answers, then try to go and get some more of those not answers, you know. Ease it on into there, you know. Y'all follow up on the content, share this video, help a friend out, help a stranger out, repost it on your feed. Let these people know that Jay Got With It is on their side. Y'all, let's get to the next video. And do your dance, hey. And I'm from the north side, but it's Michigan. That ain't the north side. I know, man, up there in New York, they telling me that's the north side. Okay, I look at the compass, it say top